Hi everybody. I was setting off, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I thought, time for a really light video. And then all the shooting started. And so that can't happen. I'll get back to you hopefully with a lighter video after this. We keep asking, I'm sure in America, but certainly in the rest of the world, why do Americans continue to do this? Why is this tolerated? And so I thought that is one of the questions I'm going to ask now. So why is it in 2018 that this sort of thing is tolerated and fails to get bipartisan reaction? We sort of know, don't we? But there's something going on. Apparently, because polls say 70% of Americans are into banning assault weapons and stuff. You just start with the basics, really. Oh, what fell out? Compromise and the Hermit. Let's take it from... Oh, and the World. 3 cards came out, so I'm going to talk about those. The rest of the world does not understand this. Okay? There's no country in the world that's perfect. There's no country that doesn't have major social problems, issues with racism, issues with poverty, issues with everything. But the sheer numbers are mind-blowing. I think I saw today that more people were killed in the last 24 hours in America in these shootings than in active service for 2016 and 17. So the world doesn't understand. Here's the Hermit card. This could be the isolationism of America on this issue. It could be the wise trying to illuminate the general public. It could be the secrecy surrounding this mythology, the Second Amendment stuff. Like, people are not going to go into people's homes and forcibly take their must-have weapons away, if only. No, that's not being talked about. So I think it's all of those. It's this living in a cave mentality of that's just how we do it, that's just America, the Second Amendment is sacred, we don't look at it, we don't look up, there's no questioning it, there's no challenging it. It's not true. So many Americans do challenge it. And this brings me to the third card, compromise. The compromise has to come from the right. It has to come from the Republicans. And because they're the ones in the red states that are whipping up resistance. But also, one of the few good things to happen in the last week or so is calling Mitch McConnell Moscow Mitch. It's great. It's taken all his power away. It has exposed what this man does. Maybe there's a window now for compromise. This is the time the Dems should put up a bipartisan thing. Just go for assault weapons, first of all. Just that, some sort of compromise. Dems would like more, Republicans would like less. But is that true? Maybe there's enough Republicans now that will say we actually don't need war weapons at home in Ohio, perhaps. I'm just floored. So a compromise is sort of there. I don't know if you're there yet, America, because it seems no amount of carnage actually flips the dial in itself. 250 mass shootings since the beginning of the year. So I think maybe it takes class actions of people affected by these shootings at a federal level to say it's irresponsible. I don't know. One more question and then I'm moving on, because really. So will there be repercussions for the gun suppliers. There have to be some restraints on suppliers if this is going to work. It has to be a felony to sell assault weapons, hopefully. Will it go forward? Will suppliers be restricted? Oops, they're going to fight it, of course. We're talking, will there ever be a serious clampdown on suppliers? Oh, sudden change, temperance, engine. Potentially, young people. Okay, they're going to fight off every attempt to restrict it, just like, you know, so many of those who can't seem to live without their guns and are happy to believe the conspiracy theories. The Dems, I digress, viewers. The Dems have to be really crystal clear from day one. This is not about taking ordinary weapons. This is about responsible ownership, but it is about getting rid of assault weapons, semi-automatic weapons. Just. But they'll be fought. Fought. But here comes the winds of sudden change here. Right beside temperance. Sorry, the screen's not a good position. A sudden movement towards temperance, or in other words, moderation. A window is creaking open. Right, America had Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook should have been the moment where it all changed. We all know that. When people are mowing down 5-year-olds in cold blood and the nation went, flap, mourn, all right. No, Sandy Hook was missed. It's had to keep going because the lesson doesn't get learnt. But there is a lesson of temperance coming on board quite quickly. It could be rammed through. This could be that Fred Flintstone energy, but in terms of just ramming it through. And I'm talking in the next few months as a possibility. Of course, it's a small possibility because for some reason people seem to think it's all right for your children to get shot at school or getting shot when you're going shopping. And I think it's 8 kids a day, correct me if I'm wrong, are shot accidentally or shoot themselves or their siblings or someone in the family accidentally every day. I can't think of other cities outside of war zones where that happens. I can't think of any. So this could be the bludgeon coming through from the Page of Pentacles. This is the Florida students symbolically and their age group and those younger than them who red turban of the thinker. I think this is not good enough. This is not how anyone in a first world country should live their lives. This is not on. We will not tolerate it. We might vote. I certainly hope so. Look, I'm not going to spend more time, dolls. It's so blatant and so horrendous. And, of course, who is responsible for these? Who's got blood on the paws? I will leave it unsaid. But it's going to be harder and harder for he who shall not be named to keep doing this provocative stuff. It's going to get, and he's got nothing else. So in a way, we've got to always look at the bigger picture. He's painted himself into a blood-spattered corner with this position, and so now he's going to have to wear it. So bless you all. I'm going to come back probably tomorrow. It'll be sooner than I usually do because we all need a bit of light relief. Okay, so blessings to you all. I'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Mwah.